Hey guys, and welcome to this Sam's Movie short today. We'll be looking at all things Gilliam, old Terry Gilliam's famous, wacky and wonderful work. The films he's written, produced and directed, plus all those collaborations he's done as well with all those well-known Hollywood movies. So sit back and enjoy a crazy ride as I show you all things Gilliam. Enjoy! Terry Gilliam is an American filmmaker born in 1940. He is currently 74 and still making fantastic films that have amazed the general audience as they have for years. In the early years of his life, he attended Birmingham High School in California, USA. Gilliam's most well-known films, according to IMDb.com, are Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which he unfortunately didn't direct, and Monty Python: The Life of Brian, which he didn't direct either but collaborated with. Fearing and Loathing Las Vegas as well, and what is widely considered one of his most famous films, Brazil, 1985. Gilliam is also well known for making films like Time Bandits, 12 Monkeys, and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which was known for being Heath Ledger's final film. Gilliam was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Brazil, 12 Monkeys, and 4 Academy Awards for The Adventures of Baron Munchausen in 1988. However, his only winners for Academy Awards came from The Fisher King in 1991, where Mercedes Ruehl won the Best Actress Supporting Role. Gilliam actually never said who inspired him to make movies growing up, but we do know that he always wanted Robert De Niro in one of his films and was inspired by his performances in films. Gilliam likes to have the kind of characters in his films that are obnoxious, rude, clinically insane, and characters that are very different people. Gilliam is an auteur because you cannot find a film of his that is unoriginal. Everything he creates has to have some aspect of overly strange even. Of course, it all has to somehow make sense, but Terry Gilliam knows definitely how to make a film that comes very close to not even making sense. Does this sound like a filmmaker that is an auteur or what? Gilliam loves emotion, explosions, and people not caring about others as themes in his films. He always loves to add a sense of excitement and hope to the viewer that is watching his films, and loves to capture the viewer's imagination, but also loves to make them feel uncomfortable and rushed. The characters in his films usually have this sort of rude nature about them. However, there is always a character in his films that is a giant in a community of hobbits or a diamond among heaps of coal, so that the viewer can feel happy to know that at least one character is switched on. Well-known actors like Ian Holm, Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges, Johnny Depp, Matt Damon, and Heath Ledger all had appearances in more than just one of Gilliam's films. Gilliam particularly liked Robin Williams in his films, however, as he often always knew that he was a rare talent. There are so many different uses of fonts in the Terry Gilliam films as well. All the different amazing texts are done in a really clever way. The most used font though will be the curly writing / fancy type of font. A Gilliam storyline can be a character starting from the top and going to the bottom, or it can be the other way around. Gilliam, as a lot of directors do, also loves to have a love story in his films. He also loves to have a hero in the character in his films. That saves someone or saves the world. If you are not a fan of the wide-angle lens or close-ups, I know I'm definitely not, sorry, but Gilliam does like to use that in his films to give them extra effect. In most of his films it is fitting, however, as it does not ruin the film or make it any worse. Gilliam said in the Brazil documentary that editing can be cruel. Sometimes his best scenes in his films can be taken out and what he imagined the film to be doesn't turn out as good. However, Gilliam always makes sure that the editors of his films know how to make it as he wants. The sequences, like perfect timing in the film, zoom-ins and zoom-outs, and all the things that make Terry Gilliam's films his way and the way he likes it and the way the general audience likes it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the way of the auteur and the man they call Gilliam. Thank you very much to my media studies class for watching this. I'll be back in the year for more Sam's Movies. For now, catch you later. Brazil, where hearts were entertained.